Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, California Weather Watch. Today is June 25th, and right now we're looking at the visible satellite imagery. And if you look closely, you can kind of see that June gloom right along the coastline here. It is burning off for some areas, but it does still include much of the coast of California. But you can see it's kind of burning off there for some of the areas down towards San Diego and some of the Los Angeles metro. We do have general troughing over the area, and you wouldn't really know that except for kind of these high clouds here moving out of the southwest towards the northeast across the region. But we'll take a look at the extended forecast as well, and we'll take a look at a little bit of an upper level low out here that's going to move across California into Nevada here over the next couple of days as well. This is looking at the CFS forecast here. Hot off the presses, it did uptrend a little bit here, and we're still headed towards that possibility of the strong El Nino here coming up as we move into the fall and winter months. Once you pass this one threshold here, that means moderate. And when you go above 1.5, that means strong. So most of the ensembles and the mean here do have us moving into the strong El Nino coming up here in the fall. And of course, we'll be watching that over the next few months. Triple digit heat Friday through Saturday coming up this week. Looks like a warm up is coming here for the state of California, for Nevada, for Arizona here. And we'll look at that in some detail here in the extended forecast. But look at Fresno, 106 on Saturday. Some pretty impressive heat coming for the valley out here. This is looking at isolated thunderstorms today through Tuesday across the Sierra Nevada and Northern California. It does include Redding there. Of course, afternoon, evening hours, some dangerous lightning and some heavy rain possible. This is looking out for Arizona here. So daily record high temperatures here for June 25th. You can see the actual record highs and you can see the all-time record highs in yellow there. So preparing for the heat coming up here. We're going to delay the onset of the monsoon here across the desert Southwest, which is going to allow things to warm up pretty well here as we go through the end of June into July. More on that here in a moment. And National Weather Service Phoenix taking notice here as well. Some highs getting up over 110. This is looking at the GFS. So this is this morning's. This is hot off the press. So you can kind of see that ridge across Texas down there and the general troughing here. And we got one more wave of that trough moving through here midweek, but then it kicks out. And watch what happens, folks. You can see the ridge building over the Pacific Ocean here and including much of the West Coast. So it looks like a warm up is coming here. It's still a week out right now, so we'll watch how this is going to evolve. But this is a pretty strong signal showing up in the models here with the general warm up as we go on into early July here. Might be a downright hot 4th of July across the area. This is looking at 500 millibar height cyclonic relative vorticity here. So if you look closely, you can see the fluid dynamics of this great model, the NAM 3 cam high resolution. You can see the flow moving across the higher terrain there, and you can see the spin in the atmosphere coming across California and Nevada. Some strong storms possible across Nevada. As we go on in through the afternoon, Monday especially, this upper level low, you can kind of see it spinning there across northern Nevada. It could bring some strong thunderstorms all the way down through central Nevada here as we go through the afternoon and evening hours of Monday. But I always like watching these models and watch the fluid dynamics here and, seeing our best understandings here and watching our computers at work, trying to recreate the conditions here in our atmosphere is always an interesting thing. Trying to predict the future, basically. So here we're looking at composite reflectivity. This is what the Doppler radar may look like over the next few days. You can see as we go through today, some in northern Nevada, Sierra Nevada, North California, with some thunderstorm activity. Then this upper level low kind of moves through the areas we go through Monday. And look at that spin in the atmosphere here and some pretty strong storms showing up in some of these runs here on the NAM 3 km across central Nevada, and some turning in the atmosphere here too. You could be looking at some rotating storms rolling across Nevada here by the time we get into Monday here. Scroll on into Tuesday and you can see maybe some redevelopment across Northern California here, but kind of on the downtrend by that point. This is looking at lightning flash density potential. This is the high resolution rapid refresh model here. It runs every single hour, but every 6 hours it goes out 48. So we're on the 12Z here. This goes out 48 hours. You can see today across the Sierra Nevada and some in Northern California, but tomorrow you can see that lightning activity increase across central and Northern California, some of the east slopes of the Sierra Nevada as well, as that system moves through on the day Monday and the evening on Monday. And this is looking, now we're going to look at the long range. So this is 500 millibars, 18,000 feet. You can see the general troughing off the coastline here. You can see that bit of a system start to move through here on Monday, bringing the increase of thunderstorms across mainly Nevada up towards Idaho and Oregon. And then this trough tries to hang on through midweek here, but then it kicks out and look what happens. Big ridge starts to develop here over the west coast of North America. Look at this powerful ridge is really going to bring some heat if this does verify. This is still a week out here, so we'll watch the evolution of this, but the GFS and the European are showing it with some pretty good confidence here as we go on in through early July for the warm-up. Now, what does this mean at the surface? Here's the 2-meter temperature anomaly, California, Nevada here. You can see the trough clearly suppressing temperatures somewhat here in the meantime. But as we start to move through mid and later next week, check out the warmth developing across much of the Southwest, including Nevada, Arizona, Utah, and virtually all of California. But again, along the coastline, you're going to be subject to that marine layer, leaving some areas below average. So this does not apply to everybody along the immediate coastline. You can still find that relief here as we move through early July. So you guys know the drill. If you're on the coastline there, you know what to expect. If you want the heat, you just got to go inland a few miles here. And this would be shown on the 4th of July. Look at this. Talk about a hot 4th of July there. This is looking at total precipitation in inches. This is yesterday afternoon's European, and you can see not much for the deserts. Las Vegas, Los Angeles, the Bay Area, just some noise along the coastline there, but just generally over the Sierra Nevada, North California, and Nevada here with that thunderstorm activity over the next 10 days. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature probability outlook. Big bullseye here on the West Coast, 8 to 14 day again, and this is probably going to be uptrending here if those recent model runs are right. California doing great drought-wise, especially compared to where we were last year with that extreme and exceptional drought all over the state here. You couldn't ask for much better. This is something I've been showing on the Pacific Northwest briefings that I've been doing, but this is South America, maritime continent, and Africa here. So you can see the warm water really building off the coastline of South America here over the last few months. And you can see the previous La Nina here. It's now in our rearview mirror and is going away. And we moved into neutral conditions here. And as I start scrolling, you can see the development of El Niño, the warming of the Central Pacific waters there as we go on in through June. You can clearly see it. Each time I scroll here, it's about a 5-day period. We're now towards June 23rd here on this chart, but you can see La Nina is a distant memory here, and El Niño is on its way in, and the very warm water across South America there as well. So we're going to change the basic circulation pattern over the Pacific Ocean here, and we'll watch that here as we go through the next few months, of course, as well. We'll see just how strong this El Niño is going to get, but a good bet we're headed towards a moderate or a strong El Nino at this time. So yeah, if you're out across Nevada, eyes on the sky, especially Monday, especially northern portions of Nevada down through central. You could see some very interesting weather there with some rotating thunderstorms across the region. That goes all the way up into Oregon and Idaho there on Monday also. So anyway, yeah, get out there and enjoy that weather if you can. If you don't like the June gloom, hopefully that breaks up for you a little bit during the day here today. But, that's kind of how it goes across the coastal regions, and that's why a lot of people actually live on the coastline. They like that cooler weather out there versus the valley areas and the desert areas across California. And if you want thunderstorms, all you got to do is go to the Sierra Nevada or some of Northern California or Nevada here, so you kind of get your pick of the weather there. But yeah, looks like we might delay this monsoon across Arizona here too and warm things up quite well as we go through early July. So we'll watch that forecast here over the next few days. We'll continue to update everything. And yeah, so anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. Leave some comments below, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.